What up, boys, and welcome back to yet another YouTube video. So in this video, we have another gold farm, and I uploaded a video earlier today on something similar, basically herbalism in basin. How good is it? Because everyone is so focused on mining, but can herbalism do the job? Because a lot of people have just one of the gathering professions. Some people have both herbalism and mining. Some people only have mining, some only herbalism. So I want to test out all the different combinations on that to see which performs better. So already uploaded herbalism only, which was extremely good. Like way better than I thought it would be. So now I did pretty much the same route with mining only, just to see how well it would perform against something like herbalism only. And yes, there are some like RNG elements to it, like how populated is your realm when you're doing it is probably the biggest RNG element, because there's usually more people with mining than herbalism, and if you're in a layer with a bunch of people doing mining, that's definitely going to affect your results. But I tried my best to layer hop to find a realm where I didn't have too much competition, like I also did with herbalism. So I did 3 hours of this as well to get like an even average number out of it, and they varied quite a bit because of competition. So we're going to take a look at that, and then we're going to crack the numbers. Before we do that though, massive thank you to everyone that has picked up the complete gold guide for Wrath of Lich King Classic. It really means the world to me, to the people that give me feedback on it. It's so cool to see that you guys enjoy it. And if you haven't picked it up yet, you can use the code Wrath of the Lich King to get it for 50% off. That's going to be linked down below in the description and pinned comments, and it's a gold guide that features all of the best farms in the expansion. And a cool thing about it is that whenever I do an update to the book, because they do get updated, I send the updated versions to your mail. So you only got to get it one time and you receive all of the updates. But back to the farm. So the route, if you didn't watch the previous video, is this one right here, because it's really old school to follow the edge of the map. Sure, it can work, but a lot of people are still thinking old school. In fact, a lot of the gathering bots are doing the edge of the map because there tends to be less mobs there as well. So I have way better results of doing like pillar hugging, going around the pillars and basin, and then sometimes going through like into the middle of the zone. It really depends depends on the competition and so on. If there's not that much competition, it's extremely worth it to do so. But this is the route that I was using. It's a very common route. A lot of people are following this one because there's a lot of density on the spawns. But all you guys really care about is the numbers. How much am I getting, right? So this is the results of my 3 runs that I did. So you can see run number 1, big difference from that one to run number 2, and then run number 3 was fairly close to run number 2 because of RNG, right? So I averaged, this is melted into bars, by the way, because bars make more gold than selling the ore. So I didn't get 98 Saronite ore. That would be close to nothing. But yeah, that's in bars. So 111 Saronite bars on average, 7.3 titanium, which is fairly low compared to Ice Crown. Eternal Shadow 6.8, Eternal Fire 1.7, 7.8 Eternal Earth, almost 2 water, 1.3 air, and only 1 blue gem. That's actually, I think that's exactly the same as in Ice Crown, even though I got way more titanium in Ice Crown. At 10.6 green gems, but they're not worth that much. So what this means on average, now I looked at the when I calculated the gold, there's no gold per hour in the title or the thumbnail because it's going to vary from day to day, the hour of the day, and especially realm to realm. But I took the average sell price. So on these, there's 16 gold in my realm, but the average sales price in the region is 16.7. So I always went with a regional price to make it as fair as possible, just so you guys don't think I have like super high prices on my realm. So looking at the gold per hour and the average, you guys can see that I had an average of 922 gold in Saronite bars, 131 in titanium, and so on. It all leads up to an average, like with the materials that I got, an average with their average sale price, 1,400 gold an hour. Like that's almost spot on at 1,400. It was only like eternal air, for instance, that had an average of 1.3. I just rounded it up to 18. But yeah, 1.4k for mining only, which is like 45 gold or something like that, lower than what I had in Ice Crown. and it's way less than I had with herbalism in Basin, but still extremely good. So it's one of those cases where you really feel the competition. If you feel like there's shit ton of competition in Ice Crown, right? And no matter which layer you jump on, there's always going to be a bunch of people. Well, maybe you got to try out Basin, and that could give you a higher gold per hour, because I've had some really bad hours in Ice Crown where it's been better for me to dive into Basin, and the gold per hour has been way higher there. But that was the results of mining and then herbalism individually. Now I'm going to do this in different zones, and I'm also going to do herb and mining together, right, to see if there's any point, because I remember back in the old days, sometimes you would just drop one of the professions, like it wasn't worth doing it. Typically, you want to mine, but you don't want to herb, but that was definitely not the case right now, definitely due to Dark Moon cards, right? But if you guys want to see those other videos, make sure you are subscribed to the YouTube channel. So I got that coming, and a ton of like non-profession gold farms as well coming to the channel. So make sure you subscribe for those. And thank you all so much for watching the videos as always, guys. And I will see you all back in at tomorrow's video. But until then, bye-bye.